Why do some people tend to enjoy their craft while others hate it? It's the same thing. There are so many things that require effort but actually feel effortless, even fun. Why is that? You never feel like you have to go out with your friends, regardless of how much effort it takes to get ready. Sports can be extremely exhausting at times, yet they're very fun nevertheless. Video games can be very demanding, mentally and physically, yet we still enjoy them all the time. Well, most of the time. You know you were never truly wired to study or read emails. That's because the kinds of endeavors which are of particular interest to your brain have certain dynamics, and these dynamics are the same among every one of us. You never see someone just enjoying staring at a rock for hours or counting the same five circles indefinitely. So, if it's not about effort, what exactly are these certain dynamics of which the implication of can enable you to find pleasure in what's normally unpleasurable? How can you flow into productivity mindlessly? Let me explain that by taking Counter Strike as an example. For those of you who don't know, it's a very popular video game known for being thrillingly engaging. But what makes it so? I claim it's these aspects. First off, a clear objective. Kill the enemy team, plant the bomb, defuse the bomb. That's a no-brainer. Can you imagine a game where you just move around aimlessly in a desert? That's no fun. That is the equivalent of aimless work. Let's take studying as a real-life example for this process. Do you not set goals for studying? Do you never actually sit down and make a clear list of objectives for the semester, week, or day? If not, then how do you expect to get anything done? Your brain cannot function outside a goal-driven behavior frame. It's unnegotiable. And don't say, oh, I really need to study tomorrow. Say, tomorrow I need to study lecture B in 90 minutes, followed by revising lecture A in 30 minutes and solving a test in 30 more minutes. Good goals are highly specific and highly achievable. And no goal is exciting to work towards unless there's instant feedback on progression or regression. In the case of CSGO, that would be points for killing and having your team set back when you die. This causes easy monitoring of status towards the goal. Putting that into practice, you should create mini goals to go through as a monitor of your progress. A basic checklist would suffice. A checklist is a checkpoint, and no game has no checkpoints. You can use an actual progress bar or meter in addition. Setting mini goals might seem childish or useless, I know, but trust me, it matters a lot. It is the concrete sign you're making progress. Also, you want feedback as immediately as possible. Taking practice tests often or solving MCQs weekly or even daily, which you can use ChatGPT for, by the way, as a form of interleaved revision actively provides consistent, motivating feedback. But having a goal along with feedback doesn't make a game fun on its own still. A game where your goal is to just walk till the end of a street is no fun unless you must fight bad people along the way, for example. That's why the goal should be challenging. In CSGO, you have limited resources, limited ammo, limited health, and an enemy team trying to kill you, and you should navigate towards your goal despite these limitations. Likewise, your work should be done in challenging conditions. Setting a time limit is a great example of doing that. This will help you be more engaged, making tapping into a flow state easier and actually help you finish more things in less time, thanks to Parkinson's law, which dictates that a task will take whatever time is designated for. In addition, doing a task more skillfully makes it easier to engage with its challenges in a more fulfilling way. Imagine studying by simply rereading your lecture over and over. That would obviously have no thrill compared to, for example, an advanced interleaving study method that uses all your brain power to understand and connect ideas. That's like the difference between Doom Eternal, which I love for being so action-packed, by the way, and classic Doom. You need to consistently develop your skills and ethic because no game that has only two basic controls is fun, no game that you don't know how to play is fun, and no game that you're playing wrongly is fun. Finally, and most importantly, you should be very invested in this game such that you care about the outcome. When you win, you get happy. And when you lose, you get mildly irritated.
You're fucking cancer.
If you don't care about your work life, your academic life, whatever, it only makes sense that you'll find no fulfillment in its work. All of these CSGO pros loved the game from day one and got pathologically obsessed with it. I'm not telling you to do that, but you should care enough about your mission and take full accountability for its outcome. Essentially, make the whole process yours. You can never enjoy a game that you hate. meaningfulness is a prerequisite for self-exertion. Consequently, the feedback you get throughout the whole process should be analyzed and improved upon in later levels. Now, if you actually act on this blueprint, your work will be much more engaging on its own. But there's a fifth element that would actually amplify the fun factor, which is variable rewards. Hear me out on this. Treasure chests and loot boxes in games are addictive due to the random nature of their rewards. There was a whole ethical scandal thing on that. Same goes for social media. You don't know what you'll encounter in scrolling. That's why it's fun. Novelty and its excitation are a recipe for an addictive rewarding pattern. So why not integrate them into the system? It can be by a coin flip deciding whether you play 1 or 2 levels of Doom Eternal after finishing your lecture. It can be by choosing among 3 folded papers, each with a number of points that can be translated into rewards according to your custom list. I used to do that in high school. You get the point, and you can be as creative as you want. An important caveat here is that none of this could ever work if you reward yourself for free. That's a crime. That is literally a recipe for failure. Why would you be excited to be rewarded with 30 minutes of playing some video game when you've played it 4 hours before even starting to work? You get me? You can't expect yourself to persevere in chasing any goal if you reward yourself for free all the time. As always, actively implement as much as you can of these elements in your work and try to integrate them within your productivity system in general. Let me know what you think of all of this down below, and I'll be discussing it with you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Arrivederci.